Hello, hello. A very warm welcome to you once again to another exciting and inspiring episode of Talk, Share and Inspire. This episode is going to be like a continuity of something that we once talked about, that is mental health, but we want to give it a different view. We are like looking for a solution of mental health in the angle of self-care. What do you think about when you hear self-care? Do you think self-care is selfish, or do you think self-care is just thinking about yourself? We are about to find out. I'm your host, Erica Okeyo, and I am very excited to have you join with us today. I am once again joined with my friends. They were once my guests in this set, and they are back again. So allow me to introduce. Today I'll start with the lady. Yvonne, how are you, Yvonne?
I'm fine.
You look bright.
And you look lovely. When are we going to Ghana?
I was born ready. Self-care. Self-care. Results of self-care. Yes. You're welcome. Please introduce yourself for someone who's seeing you today for the first time.
Yes. My name is Yvonne Alfreda, and I am a music teacher and a health and wellness coach, and it is exciting to be here.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yes. How are you?
Fine. Yes.
We've matched colors.
I can see.
Self-care, nature.
But I don't know who looks better than the other.
We all look good. All look good. Let's introduce yourself.
Thank you for making me feel better.
I mean.
Yeah, so my name is Migok Misao, Counselor Migok Misao. I'm a Christian counselor and also a mental health advocate. I'm happy to be here, and let's have fun.
Awesome.
As you enjoy it.
As we get on with this episode, you'll tell us why this is the second time I've had you introduce yourself as a Christian counselor. You'll tell us why is that important, because I think it's very important.
Very important.
Okay, just hold that
deliberate.
Thought. Right. Yvonne, so what does self-care mean to you?
I want to say it's the practice that I take to improve my health. And it's not just health that we're talking about, mental health. I'm talking about physical health, emotional health, financial health, spiritual health.
Okay.
So these are the things and the actions that I take, that I use to be able to improve on that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, at some point we'll go to how do you regularly practice self-care and things like that. Have you always practiced self-care? Has it always been a thing for you? I mean, for a long time, personally, I've always thought self-care. The Bible says don't be selfish. Why are you caring for yourself? You should care for others.
Yes. What I can say is my family, generally, nearly everyone is a giver. So what you're talking about is true. We're always talking about taking care of other people, and we stop
more than yourself.
taking care of ourselves. And so there's this program that I did. I'll mention it again. It was called Alabastron. It's a Christian program.
I've heard of it.
And it is self-renewing program. And when you're doing the self-renewing program, you're doing everything, all aspects of your life. And so after doing that particular program, I was like, so I can take care of myself.
There's nothing
is
wrong with that.
to love myself. And they made me understand that you can never love others truly if you don't love yourself first. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. So it starts with yourself.
Awesome. That's very nice.
In fact, it's important to just underline that part, that self-care is a biblical principle.
Wow.
You've just quoted Matthew chapter 22, verse 27, all the way going downwards.
So there is nothing evil.
Love yourself, love your neighbors
as you love yourself. Okay.
So loving yourself includes you taking care of yourself, because this body is a temple of God.
Amen.
And so you are required to take care of it as though God will be the one who is taking care of his property.
Awesome.
So,
and that's very important for you to mention as a man, because men generally have a very negative connotation when it comes to self-care.
In fact,
and we will really go around with this conversation and talk about grooming and things like that. So self-care for men.
Yeah.
I was about to say, what are they saying outside there? Like many judge. Yes, what are some of the things?
But there's some ladies who actually like the natural
scent.
effect, the scent.
Let's just stop it there and tell us what self-care is for men.
All right, so just to add on what my friend has just mentioned right now, that self-care is also about nurturing, looking for activities or engagements that can nurture you and rejuvenate you. So it's about making yourself better. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So you
what
do
does
an
that look
activity.
like?
It means that if, for example, you're taking a hobby or a passion or an interest, let it be something that is growing you or capacity building you, or it is in the line of upskilling you, right?
Okay.
So let me give an example of myself. When I realized that I needed to talk about myself, I mean, I needed to understand what I was going through during my transition in changing from a bad boy to a good boy or a godly man. I realized that I needed to process many things. Then in the process, I realized, by the way, I need to actually go for a self-awareness program. So that's an example of self-care, where I'm going through an institution, I'm going to educate myself so that I can become a better person in knowing who I am.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But then once again, there's a very thin line between self-care and self-indulgence.
Indulgence.
How do I know that at this point now I'm indulging?
Indulging,
And I'm being selfish.
Okay. With indulging, I'd say that it has both positive and negative connotation. Positive in the sense that you can indulge in something that is good. But when you do it in excess,
Yes.
then it becomes a negative thing.
You've removed the temperance part of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'd say that indulgence.
So if I'm doing something but I'm not temperate about it,
Yes.
that is now
Yes.
self-indulgence.
Yes.
And I
I'm
think
thinking
also indulgence has it's a coping method.
when it is now negative.
When you start overdoing something, you're using it to not show what is going on in your life. Going back to mental health, you find that you're coping by overindulging. You find yourself in the spa all the time, just to
Eating all
yes,
the time.
eating all the time, you're indulging.
So
in
that's
something.
not self-care anymore.
That's
Because
not
I,
self-care.
I believe
Yeah.
eating well, taking
Yeah.
care of your health
Yeah,
is
it's
self-care.
okay. Yeah.
But now if I am overeating,
Yeah.
that is no longer self-care,
Yes.
that's self-indulgence.
Yes.
So what I'm getting from this conversation is, if temperance is no longer part of it, now it's no longer self-care,
Yes.
it's self-indulgence. Also,
Yeah.
very
Also, the Bible
inspiring
says
things.
that he who strives for mastery must be temperate
In all
in all
things.
things.
Yes.
Wow.
So if you want to
The
strive
word is
for
must.
Must.
yeah. So if there's something that discipline that you want to learn and understand, then that self-care is important, but temperance also in moderation. Do everything in moderation and have a routine. Be disciplined, and I believe the result will be amazing.
Okay. Yeah, and I just want us to like turn the tables a little bit,
Yeah.
or turn the coin here, and look at personal grooming, because it's also an aspect of self-care.
Yeah.
Yes, and once again, you look very immaculate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have you
thank
always
you.
been taking care of yourself? Have you always been like grooming? Or did you learn that from the program?
I think it's always important that when you get a chance to speak about a certain subject, then look like the part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it
I'd
was
say
for
that-
today.
I'd say that this program has actually elevated
Your self-care
myself
strategies.
physically and even in terms of appearance.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
So that I can make a haircut, look nice, decent. But anyway, I'd say that growing up, I remember my parents used to tell us, when you wake up, make sure you brush your teeth. So sometimes you want to run away, but you are reminded that you have to brush your teeth.
No,
as a
but
boy.
why are children like that? Why would you want to walk
You
around
just
with
want to be
smelly
cheeky.
teeth?
You don't look at it that way, actually. You think like, this is too much work. I need to go and watch my cartoon. Yeah? Can I watch my cartoon and finish first? I remember being taken by friends and pushing me, because now sometimes the house help will come and tell me, oh, come and shower and stuff like that. So I'd run away. All right? Then, boys. So remembering that.
But even some girls, like
and sometimes I remember even the time I got some thorough beating from my mom because I didn't shower that day, and then I lied that I showered.
you are those
Yeah.
children, they use it as examples. So self-care has not, it's not, personal grooming has not been, it's not always been the habit.
Yes.
It's something that you grew into.
Yes, so I
Yeah,
remember
okay.
for me, it's because of my mom. She was very strict about it. So it was a routine daily that you have to brush your teeth, wash your innerwears and pants and undergarments, take a shower, and all those things. So growing up, I realized that, these things are actually making sense because now it's no longer a struggle. Because I remember when I was in high school, there's somebody who actually took 2 weeks not showering.
Yeah, and you know, those are
You know,
some
we had to force him to shower. We took big bins and then we put water. And then one day we just timed him when he was coming out of the class. We just poured water. And then we started washing him.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was a boys' school, so there was no embarrassment.
You see, I'm really building on that point on personal grooming because of many reasons.
Yes.
One side, we have extremists. We have people who are very extreme, who think that grooming or taking time to take care of yourself is being selfish. So you should stay with your overgrown beard, and even things like deodorant, like using some deodorant, polishing your shoes, just using some oil and looking put together.
Yeah.
I really want us to talk about such things for ladies and even for men.
I think I'll use my mother's words. You will always be addressed the way you're dressed.
Okay.
Since we were kids. So if you want people to take you seriously, you have to look the part.
Yeah.
If you want, for example, now I have a sister, so it's just girls. And my mother used to say, these were her words, if you go showing off your body, you will be treated exactly like that. Why? Who are the people who show off their bodies? And then she would explain the importance of that. And then she would explain the importance of smelling good, looking good, oiling your body, simple things. You will look good. Your skin by then looks good. I hope someone told you that.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Thank
Her
you.
skin looks
She's
good.
good, yeah.
And it's because she took care of herself
Yeah.
to look like that.
Yes.
It is not just external, also internal.
Yes.
Here comes my wellness training.
Sure.
When you want your skin to look good, what are you ingesting?
Yes.
What are you putting in your system? What are your fruits? What's your liquid
That,
intake and
yes.
all that? That also comes in grooming because as a lady, now here I'm talking about ladies and even men, if you want your skin to look good, that's for grooming part of it, and not have too many pimples and all that, you'll have to take care of it.
Yeah, your skin is
inside
totally
and
Outside.
outside.
I agree.
Yes.
You are a living testimony.
Thank you. Thank you. So if you want people to actually address you properly, look the part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take time to go have your nails cleaned
Yeah.
up. You cannot be talking to people about serious things and your nails have
Black,
black. People will be like, that person is just that.
Handling
They're not even concentrating on what you're saying. They're looking at all other things.
Yes. And then, you know, apart from that, apart from like what people see,
Yes.
there's also the angle that is an experience
How you
I've had.
feel.
Yes. That when you are looking good, you've taken care of yourself, it has a very big impact on your confidence and your self-esteem. And I'd just like to know, I mean, for us ladies, it goes without saying that that's what we feel. Is it the same for men?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
it is.
okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
why do some people just walk around looking the way they want?
I think those ones who are, they're careless and they're not aware. You know, when you're not aware of these things, then it becomes something that you don't even care. But if you are aware, like me, for example, I in my line of business, I meet so many people and different people. And so just like you mentioned, when somebody looks at you, they want to, people buy people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you dress raggedly, then you'll not be taken seriously.
Yes.
When you dress seriously, somebody who is coming for a serious meeting, then even the person who is on the opposite side, they'll take you seriously.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
from my side and from my experience, sometimes when I dress and I feel like there's a time and I was rushing from home. I remember it was a meeting that you're going to have with our CEO, and they see in the place where I work, and something happened. Lights went off. So I was not in a position to actually iron my shirt, because I usually iron my shirt immediately after, now in the morning, not the day before. So I had to go. But I remember I had to put my sweater on so that only the sleeves, I mean the collar can be
Show,
seen.
yes.
Yeah. And a suit. So I've covered every place. Yeah. But I still felt less confident. I felt
Okay.
I'm not
You
the
felt
art.
like something was missing.
Something was missing.
But also being unkempt is a sign of a mental health issue.
Okay, okay.
It is a sign of a mental health
So
issue.
if you're someone who you don't care how you look like, you don't give attention
Look at
to.
the mad people in the streets. Are they kempt?
Oh yeah,
No.
true.
It
Not
is as
really.
simple as that.
Yeah.
It is a mental health situation.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, guys, now let's talk about daily self-care practices that someone can incorporate. Yeah, maybe let's start with you, Yvonne.
Wake up in the morning, take a shower after doing your prayer session. That's if you're a Christian who's watching this, and any other person who's watching this, have your meditation in the morning. After that, go take yourself a shower. Taking a shower, then you brush your teeth, or there are people who brush their teeth after
Just a
they
second.
eat.
Yes, like me, for example.
let me tell you
And there's a
something that-
scientific reason for that. Yeah.
Before we even go there, I've noticed meditating or taking time to just pray is also a form of self-care.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
Now that's
Spiritually speaking.
spiritual,
Spiritual self-care, yes.
It is
to
very
feel
important.
grounded, and ready
Yeah.
for the day.
Yeah.
Command the morning.
Yes.
And you speak life. And you speak life.
Yes.
Here in Kenya, we say we attack at dawn. So we attack at dawn with prayers.
Yeah. You speak life to your day.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
The power of life and death is in your tongue.
Tongue.
Proverbs 18:21. Yes. The life and death. So when you've already done that, people used to talk about manifestation and they used to think those are weird things.
Yes.
But after I discovered the power of life and death is in your tongue, you speak life to your day. Then you go and take a shower and you feel nice. Your spiritual, check. Your physical, check.
Okay.
Then you go to the kitchen and look at what you're going to do. What?
To eat.
To eat.
Yeah.
And when you left the bathroom, please oil your skin.
Yeah.
Look nice.
Yeah.
Look like him.
I do.
I'm talking about the guys.
Actually.
I'm talking about the guys.
I have a friend of mine who supplies me with shea butter. And shea
Wow.
butter is very nice.
Gloria butter. I know. People
I've
don't
never
know.
liked
Those
that
are natural products.
I've never-
Natural products. Shea butter is really good.
Yeah.
After that, you go eat. What you eat, also the quality of food that you put on your table.
Yeah,
on
it's so
your
good
plate.
you're talking about that because we had a whole session on nutrition and we just discussed eating a lot of junk.
Yes.
A lot of sugars.
Yeah.
It's not taking care of
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eat like whole food.
Yes.
As whole as you can get. We actually said, I remember the nutritionist, the doctor said, whole foods are those ones that come from the farm to your plate. Yeah, that have not gone through a lot of processing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Add your vegetables, your fruits into your diet and all that.
Yeah.
After that, go and check. Now this one, the financial health comes in. Did you write how you're going to spend your money that day? Check. Pick the amount of money you're going to use for your transport. Pick what you're going to move from one place to another. If you're going to shop anything, make sure you have that amount somewhere. Put it in your bag.
Yeah.
And then as you're leaving, whisper another prayer. Then leave your house.
Yeah.
If you can, if you live in a dusty place, masks, COVID taught us a lot. Masks kept us healthy because you're breathing in a lot. Now that one comes with your health, your physical health. Because again, we're talking about self-care. So physical health. Put on a mask if you're somewhere dusty and all that. Then when you get to town, or if you are walking a lot and you're getting to the office, pass by the washroom because you walked.
Refresh.
Refresh.
Okay.
And have some wipes or something like
Yeah.
that. You sweated, you're going to meet people and you're going to hug
Yeah.
or stretch your
Handshake,
hand and
yeah.
you're thinking, please clean up. If you are carrying a deo, do a little bit of deo, freshen up, look at yourself, smile, wear a smile. Always wear a smile
Okay.
as you're going to
We
meet
see, we
people.
see what you did there.
Yes, smile. And then your day, you will notice
Yes.
that your day will actually go well.
Yeah.
That is self-care for the morning only.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's leave it at that because I know if we allow you to give us midday self-care
And evening is worse.
leave here tomorrow. It's as I'm sure you also have some self-care practices that you have
Yes.
learned along the way that you'd love to share.
Yes.
And as you share that, I want you to link it together with stress and burnout. Stress and burnout can make you forget your self-care.
Yeah.
So how do you manage stress and burnout?
Okay, so picking from what she said, I also want to just mention that for men, it's important to take a haircut. Look clean because you're meeting people daily, and sometimes with beards we forget, and the dust it picks many things. So it's just good to.
Oh yeah, so when you have a lot of hair, you're
Yeah.
likely to pick bacteria.
Yeah.
That's not good for you.
Or wash
Yes.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you love beard,
Yes.
for people who love to keep
There are
beard.
people who call themselves the beard gang. So
Please wash it.
So, yeah.
Not blanket.
Yeah, so I think that is important for men. There's also this pattern that I've seen with men, and I noticed in the camp meeting, not camp meeting, but in camps, yeah, where you go, but the ladies actually will shower in the morning and in the evening. But the men, they probably shower once a day or the time that they feel like. Yeah, so I think it's also good for men to also refresh in the evening when they come back, and and also prepare yourself for the following day.
Okay.
Many people don't do that. I used to be that person who you jump from the bed and quickly prepare, but I realized that it was not working out for me.
Oh yeah. Yes, true.
So preparing a day before so that when you're sleeping,
Yes.
you're sleeping in a way that you know what holds. Now coming to stress and burnout, I'd say that it's also important to know yourself, know the environment that you work around. When you feel like you're frustrated, have boundaries so that if you know that you need to go for lunch at 1 p.m, let it be like that.
Okay, so one way to
Sometimes-
manage stress
yeah,
and
exactly.
boundary
Yeah.
is stress and stress.
Yeah.
Managing stress and burnout. Burnout is to have
Set
boundaries.
Yeah.
Okay,
Set
okay.
boundaries so that you don't find yourself going overboard. You don't find yourself taking too much, then you become overwhelmed.
Yes.
Yeah. So have a schedule that you faithfully follow. Yeah, because discipline is also very important in such. I also think that whenever you have a burnout, it's always good to take some rest.
Yes.
In fact, it is encouraged to take a rest.
Yeah, because the other thing I wanted us to talk about is enough sleep. You see, we live in a very busy world.
Very
There's
busy.
always something to do.
Yes.
That's what I actually learned lately. There's always something to do. Yesterday, I was trying to fall asleep. I had like a very long day today, and I couldn't fall asleep for a minute. And then something was telling, why don't you just wake up and work? And I was like, I'm not listening to this.
Sleep.
Yeah, we are keeping this thing of sleeping
Yes,
early.
yes.
So I just want us to also talk about enough sleep
Yes.
and how that is a sign of self-care.
Yeah.
Because we have also over-glorified
Yeah.
working and being busy, and
Yeah.
we've left out.
Talking
At
of
the
sleep.
expense
Yes.
of your body and the rest.
Talking of sleep, I'll bring in what we call the circadian cycle. What you teach your body is what you'll get.
Okay.
Now, the best kind of sleep is the sleep that you have before midnight.
Yes, yes.
If you can be able to sleep at around 9, latest 10, you'll find that you will wake up very energetic.
Okay.
Early to bed. We were told this when we were kids.
And it's
early to
actually
bed,
true.
early to rise.
The way to be healthy,
It is
healthy and wise.
Yes.
Wow.
Sleep. But apart from that, do you know we don't even take time out? Like for holiday.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
When you get your leave, what do? You go to the farm and do more work.
I'm actually a consultant, so I don't even have leave.
Or you
You
go
don't
back to
have
your
leave.
hustle.
When you go to other side
Hustles,
hustles.
yes.
What happened to after a whole week, like have a date evening with yourself or your friends just to relax. After a whole month, a weekend just somewhere. After a whole
Rejuvenate.
quarter, take a week, go for a retreat
Yeah.
for a holiday. That is self-care. Love yourself, because after you do that, you can be able to be more effective in whatsoever you're trying to do at work or even in life. But if you keep on work, you'll have burnout and you'll black out. I know that from first-hand experience.
If you
I did
you'll
too
have
much.
burnout and you'll black out.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
B&B.
Yes.
Yes.
So, guys, parting shot.
Yes.
For self-care. Someone is starting off. Someone has to pick up good self-care habits. Where do they start from? Start with
Okay, I'll give the acronym New Start. Yeah. It's, make sure that your nutrition, the diet that you've mentioned is good. Remember to do your exercise so that you can rejuvenate and replenish, and the body also repairs even when you rest. So also rest is very, very important. The air that you take, ensure that you take fresh
Clean air,
Yeah.
yes,
Take a lot of water. When you drink a lot of water, you remain alert. So even the burnout is reduced.
Yes.
Because your mind is actually active. Then there's also being temperate in the things that you do. Don't overdo things. Do things in moderate. Even the good things like sleeping, don't oversleep.
Yes.
Yeah. 7 to 8 hours for an adult is good. Then you can also think of trusting in God. It's always good to pray. I remember in the Bible, even Jesus Christ, I remember he told the disciples, come, let us retreat and rest for a while.
Yes.
So they
yes.
also
Rested.
retreated and rested.
Resting in sleep and just
Yes.
relaxing.
So it's also a biblical principle. Adam himself, when God said he put him into sleep, that's a form of rest. Yeah. So it's important for us to just look at that acronym and see how we can go to live that life.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Yvonne.
You talked about New Start. Now, what am I supposed to talk about? I was going to say
that
New
you have,
Start.
yeah.
However,
It is leading.
what I can say is for you to be able to be effective, to bring out the best in life, in others, start with yourself. You can only give what you have. If your cup has water in it, you can share. If it is empty, you cannot share anything. So you can only share what you have. Start somewhere, but just start.
Just start.
Yes.
Start from the simple things like
Yes.
taking a shower,
Yes.
taking care of your personal grooming,
Yes.
setting boundaries. So just start from somewhere.
Yes.
Thank you
And also
so much.
remember a routine. You have to have a routine.
You have to have a
Yeah, you
routine.
have to be very consistent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was very, very insightful. At least this far we have deduced that self-care is not selfish. It's actually the tip to living a fulfilling life. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you picked some things that were inspiring that you'll pick here and there to take care of yourself. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you in another episode of Talk, Share and
Inspire.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Holy was long preserved for our walk in this world. There is on with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Words of life, words of hope, give us strength, help us hope. In this world, wherever we roam, ancient words will guide us home. Ancient words, ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Holy words.